guys, so yeah, it's going to be a bit windy, 'cause we've got quite windy weather at the moment, but I just wanted to talk about the story that's been going around lately about this idea of having Britain's the first black university, and yeah, so like basically what it means is that this university, it'll be, I don't know if it'll be exclusively for black people, but it'll be like predominantly for black people. And it's, you know, everyone's giving it all this justification, like, oh, it's to, you know, it's sort of systemic racism, blah blah blah. And but at the end of the day, like, you know, if you have a university that preferably admits people based on their race, which by the way happens everywhere in America, probably in the UK as well, you know, that's racist. That is like a form of it's not quite segregation, but it's still, yeah, it's racism. You know, you should go to uni based on, you know, who you are as a person, not what you are, right? But yeah, that reminds me actually about that story of Yale the other day, about there's like a lawsuit going on against them because they're violating the Civil Rights Act by discriminating against white and Asian students, which I'm like, if you looked at like pretty much any other, well, not any, but you know, probably most other, at least prominent universities, they do that all the time. And yeah, I don't know if that lawsuit will get anywhere. I hope it does. That'd be funny. But yeah, colleges just do this all the time. They just do it to you know, so they can show to people, oh, look how diverse we are, even though it's getting to the point where a lot of places are actually underrepresenting people from allegedly privileged groups. But yeah, so I don't know if that'll go anywhere. Fuck, it's windy. Yeah, so I think it's just really stupid, and it's a long time coming, because I think, yeah, like I say, a lot of places are really guilty of that. Yeah, you should just be admitting people based on yeah, what they've achieved. You know, you should take into account things like socioeconomic factors, because yeah, you know, there are legitimate obstacles, like someone who has a private tutor, goes to a private school and stuff. Yeah, they're gonna, on paper, they're gonna look way better, you know, grades and stuff and extracurriculars than you know, some working class kid, you know, comes from a single parent household or whatever, because, you know, they just had more opportunities. But you know, that doesn't necessarily need to be tied to race, right? Like, you can look at those things individually. Yeah, race is just, it's almost just an oversimplification of it, really, because you have rich black people, you have poor white people, and of course the other way around, you know. And yeah, it's disproportionate, but that doesn't mean that every single person in that group, you know, that racial group you put them in, is oppressed in that way, you know, has that disadvantage, whereas their counterparts in another ethnic group, you know, have the advantages. That's not necessarily the case. It's not always the case. Yeah, so really, like, people just, yeah, they should just take race off fucking everything, to be honest. You know, like, and people say, oh, well, we had to tell from your name. Okay, well, don't send in your name when you apply and stuff. Go to the interview process, just get an ID. These are your extracurriculars, these are your grades, whatever. You know, this is your personal statement. And you know, they judge you on that. They don't need to judge you based on your name. Well, yeah, well, your name can hint at your race often. You know, it should just be on that. And yeah, people will say, oh, well, if you do that, then, you know, you're going to get schools being disproportionately of a certain, you know, like, you know, underrepresenting certain groups, overrepresenting other groups. Well, so what? That's actually your problem, because you're looking at people in terms of these boxes you put them in, you know, these racial groups that you so care about so much. And the reality is, you should be, you know, if you want to have a fair society, you need to you should be completely race blind. You should focus on focus on their achievements and their objective circumstances, like, yeah, their socioeconomic status, their familial status, right? Like, they're a single parent household or whatever. You know, you should do it based on that entirely. If you want a fair society, you should not be looking at race at all when it comes to this. So it's bullshit. You know, people go on like there's some law that, you know, that disadvantages all black people, advantages all white people or whatever. That's not the case. That hasn't been the case for for way over 50 years in pretty much everywhere apart from, like, you know, South Africa. Of course there it's absolutely completely the reverse, and so yeah, like there is, I find it, I can't really think of anywhere that actually has a law that discriminates in favour of white people against black people anymore. Like, I don't know, maybe Russia or something, but as far as America, you know, Western Europe, that's all completely gone. It has been gone for decades. And yeah, right now it's basically the opposite, and it's really unfair. Been having it with like fire departments as well in the UK. There was like this Cheshire Fire Department like wants to hire 30% like from BAME, 30% women background, but you know, they're not taking into account, well, one, the UK is like 87-88% white, so that 30% figure is actually completely overrepresentative of people who are white. And of course, well, women, like, you know, how many women are applying versus men? If it is 30%, then, you know, maybe you should look into that and see, well, what is it, just women are just less suited, the ones who are applying, or is there actual discrimination? But you know, I got a feeling that the amount of women applying is like way under 30% of the total for that. So why they want to have 30% women, 30% BAME, it's just pure identity politics at the end of the day. And yeah, like, by objective standards, you know, it is sexism and it is racism. You know, you should just, like, this is why they should be completely blind. You know, don't look at someone's name, gender, race. Just, you know, look at their look at their accomplishments, like what they are, not who they are. Well, that's the motto, I think. Yes, it should be about who you are, not what you are. Sorry, right? So yeah, I'll leave it at that, guys. Yeah, this idea of having a ethnocentric university is absolute bullshit. It's completely wrong way to do things. But I know, let me know what you think. Should there be an ethnocentric universities? And but before you say, oh, every university is ethnocentric, no, it's not. Come on, you know that's bullshit. Yeah, like, universities are always going on about how good it is to have diversity and stuff, so don't start that argument. But yeah, let me know what you think about having this ethnocentric university in the UK. I know they have them in America, and the situation's a bit more complex there, but I'm just talking about the UK in this instance. So yeah, let me know what you think, guys, and have a nice day.